Hi, once again, I just finished burning the holes into my shoe to apply the screw backs, and I went ahead and I inserted the screws because I didn't want to waste all that time, to putting in the screws into the heel, because of the simple fact that it takes a lot of time, especially with a shoe that you have to insert these little tiny screws in the front. You can, however, get bigger size spikes, which means that you get bigger screw back, sorry. So I just left the screw backs open because now I'm gonna insert the smallest of the screws into these screw backs. I already applied the larger screws just so that I wouldn't have to waste all of my video time on inserting all of these different screws. So now I just have the 9.5 millimeter screws to screw on, and that's very simple and very easy. These are the 9.5 millimeter screws, very small. The length of the screw back is also very short, so when you're putting on the screw, you have to make sure that you push the screw forward and then you screw on the spike very hard and tight. And you do this all around the shoes. Wherever you have the screw back, you just attach the spike to it. Doesn't take that long to do once you've already applied the screw back into the shoe. It's very easy. Probably gonna take like 2 minutes. And I forgot to tell you before that I also use a 9.5 millimeter screw. It's a different type of cone spike. Sorry, not screw. I keep on saying screw for some reason. It's a different type of spike than these short little tiny 9.5 millimeter spikes. It's actually this spike. I only use one. It's 9.5 also, but it has like more of a length, I would say. I don't know if you could see it. This is the 9.5 at the front, and this is the 9.5 cone. See, there's like a difference in terms of the length. You don't have to use that. You don't have to use as many screws as I use. Like I said, this is just for me to take back home to the Caribbean. You're more than welcome to use fewer screws. Sorry, spikes. Oh my goodness. It just depends on what type of style you want to go for. And what I suggest after you use these spikes, you get like a very soft material, probably like felt, or possibly you can get sponge or a padding, and you could try and, well, not try, but you can just put it in the bottom where you have the spike screw backs, because it's gonna be very, I wouldn't say very, but it's gonna be a bit hard on the feet because you do have the screw backs. on your feet, and you really don't want to have that while you're walking around for a couple of hours. It's gonna get uncomfortable. These are not screws that you just stick on, so you're gonna of course have that little edge on the back of the screws, and it's gonna be right on your feet. I don't know if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry, but I was just trying to explain how you might get a little bit more comfort when you wear spikes with screw backs, and you have to always, and it's actually right on your feet, laying right on your feet. Oh my goodness, I so wish I knew how to edit this video. Okay, so that took what, 6 minutes, not 2. Sorry about that. I also wanted to show you how to take the screw back and put it into the shoe. So I left one hole open, and I also have like 3 holes at the top where the buckle is, so I'll just insert that and show you how to do that also. You're going to take the screw back, you're going to insert it into the back of the shoe, or the inside of the shoe, and then you're going to take the screw, the top, sorry, not the screw, oh my goodness, the spike, and you're going to attach it to the screw. Take the spike, attach it to the screw. What's going on with this one? Okay, it was a little bit hard to get on. Take the screw, insert it into the buckle strap, to the back of it. There you see you have the screw. You're going to take the spike, you're going to attach it to the screw. Take the screw again, insert it into the strap. Attach the screw, sorry, the spike to the screw. And this is the last one that you need to do. And there you have it. This, of course, is not the finished product of the heel that I designed. As you can see, this has a chain and spikes on the side. It also has studs, which I'm gonna do tomorrow because it's like 2 a.m. and I'm getting very tired, and I really don't want to blab anymore to you guys. So this is where the holes are. Sorry, not the holes, the dark spots, the black spots. Though that's where the chain is gonna go, in the front, right here, like this one. I'll show you tomorrow how to knot it and how to take a glue gun and attach the chains to the shoe. You don't have to use a glue gun, you can use the 6000 glue. However, it takes very long to dry and it smells, So you should just use like a normal glue gun if you have one. If you don't, then you know, you could use the E6000. And on the side, I'm going to show you how to add the 9.5 millimeter cone. And I used a glue gun for that, but you can also use, you see at the sides right here, you see the 9.5 millimeter. I'm going to show you tomorrow how to just attach that to the side of the heel. And as I was saying before, you can use the glue gun or you can use a E6000. I would use E6000. I would use that if I'm going to like a party and I know I'm gonna be walking all over the place and spikes might fall off or something like that. Like I'm going to like, I don't know, as they would say, warfare. But if you're just gonna, you know, just walk outside and, you know, just go to a simple luncheon or I don't know, activity, you really don't need to use the E6000. Basically, that's what I'm saying. That is like the most, that's the strongest type of glue that I have ever used. And once you put it on something, it will stay no matter what. So if you're really gonna be, you know, partying and moving around these shoes, use the E6000. If not, you can use the hot glue gun, sorry. And I'm sorry for, you know, talking so much in this video. Like I said, this is my first DIY video, so forgive me if I made any mistakes. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.